Where I'm gonna be in 2 weeks.
On purpose, huh? Wow.
Cindy and I are from the same hometown.
I know.
They're going to a wedding now, and then I'm gonna go to one in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Wouldn't that have been funny if we were going to the same wedding?
They're allowed to get married like that in the family, you know?
You know what happens when you do?
Yeah. Yeah, then you end up looking like this.
2 minutes. According to the computer, it's 5:58.
See, the whole gang's here now. The whole gang's here now, Matt.
What's up? How you doing? Are you doing that? You're not gonna stay here with us no more? Who am I gonna laugh at? Who am I gonna laugh
They
at?
just said he was out of town.
We can start holding our meetings in there.
Just broadcast it out here.
Memorex.
He can't get away. He can't get away.
Let me sit down for you, sir.
You can if you want
Well,
to.
I figure we're gonna sit down, stand up, sit down.
Whatever you want to do.
I just don't want to be disrespectful.
No, I can.
Did you
start
look through the packet before you printed all 180 pages? Because I just printed.
I looked at it online and then got this out of my box.
Yeah, I just hit print.
You didn't realize that you
Are we ready, folks? We all ready?
Just thinking, I'm listening to her, and then I'm.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Okay, Councilmember Miller.
I'm here.
Councilmember Turner is absent. Councilmember Lane.
Here.
Councilmember Mendoza.
Here.
Vice Mayor Best.
Here.
And Mayor Croft.
Here. Introductions, presentations, and proclamations. We have none, so we'll move on to call to the public. Call to the public is an opportunity for the public to address the council on any issue within the jurisdiction of the council that is not on the agenda. Public comment is encouraged. Individuals are limited to speak for 3 minutes. The total time for call to the public will be up to 30 minutes per meeting. Council action taken as a result of public comment will be limited to directing staff to study the matter, scheduling the matter for further consideration, decision at a later date, or responding to criticism. Do we have anyone that would like to talk during call to public? Your hand was up first, sir. Come right up here and give us your name.
Do I face you or?
Face us right up here.
Not first time here, but first time with a question. Yes, my name is John William Garden IV, and the question I had was an article I read in the local paper within the last couple of weeks pertaining to road maintenance up in Prescott and Prescott Valley, that they have a separate fund that's set aside, part of their local taxes pay for at least some of the road maintenance. And I don't know how, they're half-truth articles, so I don't, and they mentioned that we don't have something like that. And I might be correct. I might be incorrect about it. Do we have a fund like that here in Chino Valley that's set aside for, some of the more severe local road maintenance, or no? And where does it come
I can't answer
from?
that today. I will have an answer for you at the next meeting.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I can't answer that today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your input, and we will give you an answer back. Anybody else?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you doing? I'm Danielle Feller, and I'm here to talk about the Chino Valley Equestrian Park. We're having our grand opening on June 24th, and I have some packets here for each of you members of the council. And I'd just like to invite all of you and all of your staff and all of Chino Valley and all of the surrounding areas. But I'd really like to see you come out and see what we've done. We haven't progressed a lot, but enough to actually say, here we are, and come see what we're doing. So I hope to see you out there. And
Thank you.
do I leave these with,
Yeah.
over here?
Thank you, Danielle.
Pardon me? What hours? Oh, 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. on Saturday the 24th.
Anyone else that'd like to speak? Hearing none, we'll close call to the public. Response to the public. Response to the public is an opportunity for the mayor to inform the public about how town officials address matters raised during call to the public on a previous meeting. We had a call to the public. Mr. Gregory Bars talked about repairs needed to Fire Sky Lane. Fire Sky Lane specifically between Center Street and Road 1 South is in poor condition. This may be a result of the recent construction on Center Street. The town has patched the shallow holes with coal mix, but it will not last long. The Public Works Director will be recommending this street to be double chipped and included in next year's chip seal program. Okay, that was the only response to the public we had. Let's go on to current events and summaries and reports. This item is for information only. The mayor or any council member or town manager may present a brief summary or report of current events or ask a staff member to provide the same. Presentations on information requested by the mayor and council will be made and questions answered. No action will be taken. I have a status report by the mayor. The town has recently experienced a horrific event in the death of a 10-year-old boy. The horrible nature of this crime has rocked our entire community. There will be a candlelight service open to the public to be held in Memory Park this Saturday evening, located on our north campus at Palomino Road and 1 West from 7 to 9 p.m. This Saturday evening in Memory Park from 7 to 9 p.m. As the mayor, I would like to thank all the first responders, the police, fire, ambulance who deal with this as part of their job. Your commitment and courage in light of such heinous act are commendable. Secondly, all of you who helped our responders, I thank you as well. Specifically, thanks to the police chaplain, Pastor Todd League, who has spent numerous hours at the police department and makes himself available to them. There are many in our community who have reached out to our first responders and this young boy's family, and we acknowledge your efforts and thank you for your kindness. Councilmember Lane, do you have something?
I do. Thank you. I'm going to add on to Mayor Croft's statement. Christian was a beloved child, friend, student, neighbor, soccer player to those who knew him. Understandably, our exceptional community has been shaken by his tragic loss. Del Rio Elementary is offering grief counseling services for its students on Monday, June 19th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. I extend my personal prayers and support to his family, loved ones, and our community as a whole. To our Chino Valley Police Department, Central Yavapai Fire and Medical, and all of our first responders, you too are in my prayers. Thank you for always going above and beyond the call. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Any other reports or comments? Okay. Town manager?
I do, and please bear with me. We have a small handful of things. They're small. First off, I wanted to say also that we lost another employee over the weekend. Well, not over the weekend. His funeral was over the weekend, and I just wanted to acknowledge Marshall Goad, who had worked for the Chino Valley Police Department. He passed away in May of this year from cancer. He had retired several years ago, but they had his funeral on Saturday. He was a good man. Secondly, I wanted to mention the Paulding Plunge and do a shout out to our Community Services Department. Here's a few pictures of what the Paulding Community Foundation has raised the funds for this. We'd like to look at in the future doing something through the Chino Valley children and be able to support something like this for them. But this was a separate foundation that did this through Paulding. And so far it's been an overwhelming success. Thirdly, I wanted to let you and the community know that we received, I believe, 13 or 18 candidates for our Public Works Director position. We will be interviewing 5 of them on Monday and Tuesday of next week. All candidates that we're interviewing have municipal or county experience in public works and in engineering. We're hoping to take our top 2 candidates and bring them back after July 4th and have them spend a day here. Meet anybody on the council who would like to meet them, but meet the staff and take a look around. The attorney mentioned to me that there are 3 cooperative agreements on our council agenda this evening, and per town code, I am supposed to mention that In the opinion of the town manager, a separate bidding process is not likely to result in a lower price for the items or services. This includes the police vehicles, the installation of the emergency equipment, and the chip seal. So these are all cooperative agreements, and we will be including that language in the future in the staff agenda so that it's in there. It's necessary per town code. And then lastly, Jamie Lewis, our town clerk, would like to speak a little bit about the packets and what's in them, and maybe reducing the size of what you guys are receiving.
Yes.
What?
What?
I think I know what the answer is going to be, but what I just wanted to show you is if you look at that's it, staff report. We found out when we did some recent training with Agenda Quick that we have the ability to link in the staff reports to. There we go. So like go to the top, Michelle, and then scroll down slowly so they can see what it looks like. So this is your staff report that comes in your packet, and I took one of the reports from tonight and I altered it a little bit. I'll delete that later. But if you scroll down after the situation and analysis, there is a heading that says other pertinent documents available upon request. So what we can do is we can put right there, we can put a hyperlink to, if we get a large document that's, 50, 60, 80, 100 pages, whatever, if it's not a specific, if the attorney doesn't want it to specifically be in the packet, her main concern is that you have access to it, that you have it available if you want to look. So we were wondering how you guys would feel about just providing that in a hyperlink, and then I can even put the actual link so that if you're sitting on your phone, you can type it in if you can't link to it. If you're looking at a paper packet, then you would at least see where it's located. And we'll just put it somewhere on our website, probably in the same place that we put the packet. But we wanted to know, we needed to get your okay before we did that.
I think it's great.
So,
Yep,
okay.
you got my thumbs up.
I say amen.
Okay.
I think it's unanimous, Paulding.
All right.
Have less paper.
Okay, we will start doing that then.
And we don't have one of our members here. I'll make a decision, yes, it's okay. And he
I
can
don't
beat me-
think, I don't
he can
think
beat
Lon
me up
would
if he
object.
doesn't like it.
Thank you,
All right,
really.
Even for a future member,
Yeah,
it's okay.
yeah, thank you. I'm tired of carrying all this stuff around. I know you are. Okay, anything else?
I hit print without looking
Don
at it.
Manners? All right. Okay, let's go on the consent agenda. All those items listed below are considered to be routine and may be enacted by one motion. Any council member may request to remove an item from the consent agenda to be considered and discussed separately. Anybody want anything removed, pulled?
No, sir.
Okay. Would you read the consent agenda, please, Ms. Lewis?
You bet. Okay. 6A, consideration and possible action to, 1, approve purchase of 8 police vehicles and purchase order contract with Peoria Ford in the amount of $247,091.80. 2, approve purchase and installation of emergency equipment for the 8 new police vehicles and the cooperative purchase agreement with Arizona Emergency Products, Inc. in the amount of $152,977.12. And 3, approve application of emergency vehicle decals for the 8 new police vehicles by Auto Trim Plus in the amount of $8,480. 6B, consideration and possible action to accept the May 23, 2017 regular meeting minutes.
Yes, sir.
Would you repeat the dollars on item I?
$245,091.80.
Thank you.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay? Motion carries. Let's go on to action items. The council may vote to recess the public meeting and hold an executive session on any item on this agenda pursuant to ARS 38-431-3A3 for the purpose of discussion or consultation for legal advice with the town attorney. Executive sessions are not open to the public and no action may be taken in executive session. Item 7A, consideration of possible action to approve the agreement for professional consulting service with Lion Engineering and Surveying for Road 1 East and Road 2 North intersection design and contract administration associated with a joint project between the town of Chino Valley Unified School District and funded with adjacent ways money in an amount not to exceed $20,950. Mr. Straub.
Mayor, Council Manager, when I was here on my first tour of duty many years ago, we started this process with the Unified School District to widen this intersection to allow school buses and other traffic to safely make turns. Right now, a school bus simply cannot make a turn there with other vehicles are there. So our plan is we're going to be widening it out to the west. Lion Engineering have been with us for the past 4 years on this project. We had to redesign the intersection according to what the school district asked us to do. We're splitting the intersection from the rest of the work. So this contract in front of you tonight is for Lion Engineering to finish up the design work so we can start construction very quickly on the intersection. This also includes project management of the project. These funds have to be committed before July 1 to satisfy the state's requirements for adjacent ways. So these funds will be coming out of adjacent ways back to us eventually. Same thing when we do the construction, those funds will be coming back to us. So tonight we would ask approval of this contract with Lions Engineering.
Thank you, Mr. Straub. Questions?
Nope.
Do you have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the agreement with professional consulting services with Lion Engineering and Survey, Inc. for the design and contract administration service for the Road 1 West and Road 2 North intersection improvement project in the amount not to exceed $20,950.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Let's go on to action item B, consideration and possible action to approve the cooperative purchasing contract with Asphalt Paving and Supply Incorporated to furnish any and all materials, labor, construction equipment, services, and transportation required in performing all work for the placement of chip seal on existing roads at Road 1 West, Road 1 North, Perkinsville Road, and Old Home Manor in the amount not to exceed $110,280. Mr. Straub again.
Mayor, Council, this contract is being piggybacked onto the current county contract. The county let the initial contract, I think, back in March. They received one bid. It was way too high. They rejected it. They went out for rebids. Asphalt Paving and Supply was the low bidder for the county. They have given us permission to piggyback onto that contract so we could take the lower unit prices in that contract. The county's contract is for, I think, $1.5 million. So the town's going to achieve some savings by being able to do this. We do have these 4 roads. They have been in the works for some time. These are the roads that we will be placing the single chips, and then on Old Home Manor, we will go out with town forces, scarf up, pulverize the old, it's all patching, there's no surface left. We'll pulverize that, process it, and then they will place a double chip seal on that. And all of our chip seal will have a fog coat put on it when it's finished to help hold the chips down. This has really been a very fast action because we have such a short time span to do this. We just received the contract from the county, and we will hopefully have all of this work done prior to September 15.
Questions?
No, sir.
Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the cooperative purchase agreement with Asphalt Paving and Supply, Inc., in an amount not to exceed $110,280.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Strop. We have no executive session. I do want to caution you, next Tuesday at 6 o'clock here, we have a special session where we will go into executive session and discuss the town council appointment. So at 6 o'clock here next Tuesday. Do you have any questions?
Negative.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion we adjourn.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
That might be a record.
Hey, 20 minutes. We're doing good.
Record time.
Wow.
Are you out? You out?
I think that is a record.
Is it?
I think so.
Thank you, Phyllis.
Finish my coffee.
Thanks, Phyllis.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. I got